other people. So is the positivity the creation of your thoughts
You are not
really
supposed to be party to
the way
this.
to create the way to alleviate loneliness? Sometimes these people just even use these quick fix options, but simply do nothing at all. Or to reiterate what James McLaren had been saying over and over, but he needs more hope. According to his quote, loneliness is one of the greatest threats to a person's health. It is associated with frequent and persistent headache and will cause early death. So what does this all remember? She reminds us in effect that it is easier to get a good than a therapist, which is why we can't help without
Calm down,
and
nice
we
kid.
now see some ways we're only going to make loneliness. So listen, guys, if we ignore these problems at face
You
and
must
keep letting
know
them
Alright,
taste.
love it,
and
man.
keep letting them grow instead of addressing the underlying causes, such as the damaging self-realization and toxic masculinity that they're internalizing, then we're basically handing these people a death sentence. That's why we need to talk about this and actively do something about it. So, what are people who have already identified their loneliness trying to do about it, and is it actually helping? Let's move on to part 4, finding friendship. I have been on this for years, not just for this video, but just in general, because I myself have experienced varying degrees of feeling
Holy
lonely.
shit!
I've read books on embracing being alone without feeling lonely, on how to make friends with people, how to develop friendship, be in a relationship, how to deal with breakups, all sorts. I find it helpful to understand different perspectives and figure out what's the best way to do things. And I find them interesting. That's one of my videos. Loneliness is something that I personally am very familiar with. I've had periods in my life no friends at all, face a lot of bullying, periods where I've had friends and people have been
Nerves get the better of you.
I've had
God
periods in my
dumbass.
life where I haven't been lonely at all. I've had periods in my life where I spent a lot of time alone and also not experienced loneliness. I've had friends that I felt connected with on a deep level, and friends that I never really felt I fit in with. Like, I've experienced a whole range of everything. And I read a lot of books on these topics because this is how I cope with this stuff. This is how I learn about this stuff. This is how I try and make sense of my own life. And more specifically, I think I wanted to know that I wasn't alone in these feelings. And it turns out I'm not. I'm absolutely not. I wanted to know if there's a way out, and there is. I wanted to know if there are steps I can take to actively help myself, and there are. However, one of the things I noticed while researching this video in particular is that interestingly, most of the books on the topic are actually written by women. At least the majority of the ones that I found and read were. Whether these are books about dealing with loneliness, thriving while alone or single, or making friends when you feel lonely, the vast majority of books I found on this topic were written by women and being read and reviewed by women. Just to give you a few examples,
Accumulation of the
you
capital
can
stock
Joy being
in
single,
excess
by
of the
Gray,
growth
The
of the
Art
labor
of Living
force
Alone Loving It
should
by Jim
cause the
Matthews,
rate of
How to
profit
Be
to
Alone by
decline.
Moore, How
In
to Be
more
Feeling Happy by Jennifer L. Tate, Alone Man, How to Be Alone and Absolutely Own It by Francesca Spencer, Platonic, How the Science of Attachment Can Help You Make and Keep Friends by Marissa Franco, The Art of Showing Up, How to Be There for Yourself and Your People by Rachel Wilkerson Miller, Intimacy, 10 Ways to Improve Your Friendships and Deepen Your Life by Shasta Nelson, The Joy of Connections, 100 Ways to Beat Loneliness and Live a Happier, More Meaningful Life by Dr. Ruth K. Westheimer, can't say that, and Modern Friendship, How to Nurture Our Most Valued Connections by Anna Goldfarb, and so on and so on. This barely scratches the surface of the ones I've read, and I found so many others. And then when I specifically tried searching for books about male loneliness and fostering friendships amongst men, I genuinely struggled to find as many. They were very, very rare in comparison. If the male loneliness epidemic is so serious and so many men are talking about it, why is no one actually doing anything about it? Why are no men writing books on this or actively trying to help other men or help themselves? Why is it that one of the only books I found specifically about the male loneliness epidemic was actually written by a woman? For the Love of Men, A New Vision for Mindful Masculinity by Liz Plank. And I'm not the only one who noticed this trend. Look at this very fast review of some of the online articles and how he points out they're all written by women.
Is what is causing our epidemic of loneliness and how can we fix it? This is written by Elizabeth Ross. Might get back to this. This says men's loneliness is a feminist issue in Men Without Women. This is by Claire Urbanski. Might go back to this too. And then this is The Male Loneliness Epidemic and How It Affects Fathers. This is written by Shannon Carpenter. I looked it up. This Shannon is a woman. Again, we might go back to this as well. Those are big mics. Also, just in a general search of like what is the male loneliness epidemic, as you can see, woman. It's like a general thing. I don't know what it is. This also kind of shows a general thing. Doesn't really give me a preview. And then there's a woman right here. And then woman, 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 woman.
Technical terms, Marxist theory hypothesizes that as the organic composition of capital, the ratio of the value of the capital.
We have nearly no mates. Matt Dickens mentioned quite a lot, and I think it's a fantastic book on this topic. Written by a man, for men, I think it's great. There's also The Loneliness Cure, 6 Strategies for Finding Real Connections in Your Life by Corey Lloyd, and The Cure for Loneliness, the original title, sir, How to Feel Connected and Escape Isolation by William or Bill Howard. And yet, even these books, with the exception of Max's, and the 2 by Corey William, even those books are